What's going on? This is your man, John Fortune, your host of the Frustrated Fan Sports Show. And of course, when you see my man, Jeremiah, you know we're going around the sports world. And it's been a busy sports world, but we got to start it off with the whatever this Kawhi Leonard thing is. We talked about this probably 2-3 weeks ago. People just now figuring out and jumping on board with this after we done
Yeah,
talked about it a while ago.
yeah.
And all the new stuff coming out, still nothing that makes me feel like they circumvented the cap. Like you're not gonna tell me they circumvented the cap by $7 million. You know what I'm saying? And you're
Yeah.
talking about a guy who's the richest owner in the NBA is Steve Ballmer. What's your thoughts on this Kawhi Leonard thing? And is it anything really there, or are they just trying their best to like mess with Steve Ballmer?
Man, there's when it's smoke this fire, I believe there's something because I think now it's not just one company. What brought up the this back again and highlighted and make it so big was that they found out there was a second company that they were investing in. I don't know the name of the company what it was, but now they're
It's for the scoreboards, the scoreboard
yeah,
company. I forgot
yeah,
what the name is.
yeah. But like I said, hey, Kawhi Leonard's all about his money. He all about his money. He's gonna get it one way or another. But it's up to the owner and all them to keep their integrity on that part because it's just more the rumors how Toronto, the Lakers, and how all of them said no to what they were trying to do. I think that's what made it was making it a big deal. And I did some research trying to find a similar situation to Kawhi Leonard. And I had to find something for FIFA. Not yeah, I guess you could would be FIFA. With Neymar. Neymar when he went from Brazil
Yes,
from Brazil
Brazil to oh my God. Yes.
to
Was it
Barcelona to
Barcelona?
Barcelona.
Yes,
Yeah, to
yes, yes, yes,
Barcelona.
yes, yes,
Yeah, well they
yes.
do this transfer fee.
I
I
was
ain't too
getting ready to say Spain, but yes,
yeah.
to be
It's
specific,
still
it was Barcelona.
Barcelona.
Yes.
Yeah. About some transfer fee because I don't know too much about it in regards to like hey transfer fees from one league to another. But I guess they paid transfer fee in the fee, not necessarily FIFA, but whoever was looking at it was like, hey, that transfer fee for Neymar is a little bit too low. And
Right.
so when they investigated it, looked at it, and found out that it was like I think 30 or 40 extra million that
Mhm.
got funded into Neymar Senior's one of his businesses.
Yeah,
So
exactly. Exactly.
they were able to do that's the most similar thing I can actually find in regards to Kawhi Leonard because the Kawhi Leonard there's some other investigations Tom Brady TB12 and things like that that there was nothing there because that was Tom Brady's company and he wanted to use
Exactly.
it on people whatever so it was some other things but a lot of it didn't really didn't amount to anything.
And see, the issue I'm having with the Kawhi Leonard thing is that it doesn't come off as circumventing the cap. It just
Yeah.
comes off as, to me, sponsorships and endorsements. I mean, I understand that they're like, well, they didn't do any work. Well, but do you also understand that an endorsement can be a picture and or a blurb that says endorsed by Kawhi Leonard? But how do you endorse a scoreboard? Like, I mean, it could be
Right.
one of those things where it's like, yo, this is happening just solely because of the fact that, you know, he's getting paid by these companies. And at the current moment right now, they may not need him to
Hmm.
endorse anything right now. So,
Right. Yeah.
and I
Yeah.
mean, how many times have we seen companies like athletes sign endorsement deals and then the company folds? We
Yeah.
done seen that a whole hell of a lot of times. So it's
Hmm.
like to me, currently right now, that to me, I understand smoke, there's fire, but it's not him funneling money through a company or anything of that such nature. It just sounds like an endorsement deal that just never got finished, or they
Hmm.
never really did a true endorsement at the time. But that don't mean he don't deserve his money.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So
Facts.
uh to me, I still find it not a big deal in my opinion. Until they come up with something that's more substantial, I could care less about it because to me it just sounds like endorsement deals and sponsorships. It don't sound like nothing uh really out of the blue. Next, man, we got to talk about this. Under 20 track and field championships been going on.
Yes, it has
Our
been.
under 20 team is ridiculous, Joe. Like, I
Right.
mean, they're winning all the races.
Everything.
The
Right.
U.S. team is winning it all. Not only that, for some of y'all who don't know, the gymnastics one is going on as well. And
Hmm.
Sky Blakely, who got injured, who messed up her Achilles heel in the Olympic trials, she's back now. So
Hmm.
she's been actually performing well in these the championships as well. So what's your thoughts on the under 20 team? I mean, they're just ripping through the
They are.
competition right now. Like they're ripping through it. And what do you think is going to happen when the Olympic trials come around? Because they might actually be a part of the Olympic trials and can mess around and put people out who are already like known track and field stars. What's your thoughts on that?
Yeah. I think that's a real thing because Olympics in 2028, and then we got the World Championships next year also. They got a World Championship. They're doing something different this year with World Championships, but they're doing also
Right.
doing this back to the normal format next year. So they may bump some people out there next year depending on if they depending
Yeah.
because yeah, you got to think Quincy Wilson. Everybody forget, you remember he was in high school. He was in high school and he made the Olympic team.
He made the Olympic team.
Got him a gold medal. And what's crazy is he came in second place on the 400. He came in
400,
second
yeah.
place with it. Yeah, on the season on this with the season best. But you got what's his name? Tate Taylor.
Tate
He ran like a
Taylor.
he
You
ran
got
a
Tate
9-9. He
Taylor.
ran a
You got
9-9-4. He's only
Delane.
18.
Only
He's
18. Only
he's only
18.
18. He's only 18. Ran a 9-9-4. You got people that currently compete in the world championships that can't get on 10.
Yeah.
That can't get on 10. He's 18, he's getting on 10. So hey, the peak, hey, his peak could be, we don't know. It could be 9-7 something. You know what I'm saying? Like when he hits like 25, 26, 27, when
When
everything
he's
is rolling.
peak
Yeah, his
into
peak.
it,
Yeah,
out of
yeah.
school, everything
Right.
like,
Right.
and that like track is his whole thing for the rest of his life. Like,
Yep.
yeah, I mean the under 20 group. I mean, the twins,
Oh,
the Maxwell twins, the girls.
yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness, man. I mean, like everybody, like they're just killing it out there. And they're not just winning like the 100 or the 200. They're winning the 4x400 and everything,
Of course. Yep.
the mixed teams and all that. Like they are ripping it. Like that mixed 4x400. Did you see that? They gapped them almost at the beginning of the race.
Mhm.
They gapped them. Next thing you know, they had this huge lead. It was over.
Yeah.
And not only that, they've been breaking a lot of the under 20 records.
Yeah.
Like this is the I think this is the one time that I've seen in the under 20 track and field where all the records are being broken. And
Right.
it was like everybody was hitting the record, everyone.
Yeah.
So,
Hmm.
I mean, man, the under 20 track and field this has been some phenomenal stuff, man. And I'm gonna tell you, I'm sorry. The future U.S. track and field, I don't think nobody's gonna be able to beat them because they look phenomenal. And and understand a lot of them are still in high school.
Yeah. Yeah. 18, 7. These jokers are young. These jokers, they getting
Young,
ready for back to school. They getting ready for back to school, man. This is back to school
right,
shopping, man.
right,
You know
exactly.
what I mean?
They
Hey,
they try,
Quincy
they trying to
Wilson
get
took
the
his
new
gold medal back
Jordans.
to high school. Yep, you know
Oh
it.
man.
You know it.
But yeah, so that was that. Next, WNBA US the US team, they made their
Yep.
selections for the US team. On that team is Aaliyah Boston, Paige
Uh-huh.
Beckers, Caitlin Clark, Nafisha Collier, Kalia Cooper, Chelsea Gray, Rain, I think her name is Ryan or Rain. I think her name is Rain. Rain Howard, Kelsey Plum, Angel Reese, Brianna Stewart, Asia Wilson, and Jackie Young.
Hmm.
Everybody's kind of deserving to be on this
Yeah.
team. I do feel that Olivia Miles got snubbed.
Yep.
I
She
feel
did.
Kelsey Mitchell got
Yep.
snubbed.
Yeah, she did.
So, what's your thoughts on the selection of them? And here's another one that I just thought was mind boggling. People, Fever fans, and Sophia Cunningham fans are
Yeah.
complaining that Sophia Cunningham was snubbed. Now, mind you, she's averaging 9 points a game.
Okay.
They really think that when you're talking about the best of the best,
Right.
that
She got
somebody
9 points a
averaging
game.
9 points deserves to be on this Olympic team. What's your thoughts on the true snubs in Olivia Miles and Kelsey Mitchell, and the fact that there people are complaining about Sophia Cunningham not making the team?
You know, the people that complain about Sophia Cunningham not making the team, they don't watch basketball. They just watch
No.
the Fever and they read the headlines and that's it. And then they're just more of the popular. Sophia Cunningham isn't even an all-star. What are we talking about? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like she's nowhere near, and she knows that. Like she knows that. She
Right,
knows her
right.
role. If you ask her, she knows her role. You know what I'm saying? She's a protector. That's essentially what she is. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Uh,
they needed a bully, and that's
yeah,
what they
they
got.
need her. They got one. She's legit. I mean, she's like a black belt in judo or something like that. But yo, Olivia Mouse, the reason why she got snubbed, they had to snub her. The reason why they
Right,
did that is because of
Caitlin
what they
Clark.
did to Angel
I
Reese and
think,
Clayton Clark. Like, you know what I'm
yeah.
saying? That's the reason why he did it. That's the reason why he did it. And you gotta think about it. Think about this. If Olivia Mouse plays, do you think Caitlin Clark should play? How much playing time she gonna get?
Oh, she gets
How much play?
nothing. She gets
Right.
she gets
How much?
nothing.
Right. How much playing time do you think she's gonna get? So the question is, whenever we get to the 2028 Olympics, because the FIBA is coming up, but the 2028 Olympics is like, 2 years away. Olivia Miles is going to be on that team, barring
She,
injury.
she gotta be on that team.
She's
It's not
going.
about
She's
her. She got to be on that team. Her and Kelsey Mitchell both gotta be
yes,
on that team.
yes. So that's going to be a problem for the Caitlin Clark fans. They're going to realize quickly how she has not improved her game.
Hmm.
She has not. I'm talking about her dribble package is still the same. Like I'm
Right.
talking about, like she can still get pickpocketed in midcourt. She still has a high volume of turnovers. Although she can shoot the ball, the fact of the matter is, whenever you turn the ball over at a high rate, all that shooting and making your threes, it doesn't make a difference. And Kelsey Mitchell is the one that's been hitting her shots. You know what I'm saying?
Balling out of
Yeah,
control. My
right.
my boot thing been balling out of control.
Yeah, yeah, but that's my thoughts about Olivia Mouse. You got they was talking about, I was seeing Alyssa Thomas. I seen some other names that popped up. That
Alyssa
probably could have.
Thomas is a good one. That's a good
Yeah,
one.
yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
but they had the earlier issue with her and
yeah, yeah. The Henry
but
and that.
I mean
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think that's the only reason why. The other one is John A. Johnson is the one the play for the Liberty. She played with
Uh,
Breonna Stewart as well.
Sabrina Nescu.
No, not Sabrina. The MVP of the All-Star game. I think her name
Oh,
is John A. Johnson or something like that. But she's been
yeah,
playing well too.
right.
But yeah, we're seeing some snubs happen, but
Yeah,
we were talking about legitimate snubs when it come down there. And like you said, this is for the FIBA one right now, but when the Olympic trials come around, Olivia Miles is going to be there.
she's
Kelsey
going to be
Mitchell is
there
going to be there, and it's going to be
100%.
hard to keep them off of that team. Now, Angel Reese, I gotta give her credit.
Yeah,
People ain't paying attention to what she's doing down in Atlanta.
Atlanta,
She's
right.
getting it done, and she's
Yeah,
playing very well. Like all the whole thing where people's talking about her constant misses and stuff like that, that's been very minimal. She's been out there
yeah,
balling crazy because I will say this, that matchup when the Dream went up against the Aces and
yep,
her and Asia Wilson was going back and forth with each other. Bro, that was a game. But man, yeah, it's crazy. And like I said, it's hilarious that some of these fans are complaining about Sophia Cunningham not making this All-Star, making this Olympic team or this FIBA
They're
World
just
team. And
they're just fans of two people. That the people that complain about, they're just fans of two people. It's Clayton Clark and Sophia Cunningham. That's the only fans there. The ones that's complaining about Sophia Cunningham not making it. She's nowhere near it.
Yeah, exactly. They don't. They
Nowhere
would.
near
They
it.
don't watch the games. They don't watch the
No,
games at all.
no.
So, with that, talking about Sophia Cunningham is going to now lead us into the conversation about
Hmm.
trans athletes and their role in pro sports. Because they're really talking about pro sports. They're not talking about anything beyond that. They're talking about the pro stuff, the Olympic stuff. What's your thoughts on that conversation that is happening about the trans athletes?
Oh man, the
And my bad, and how
but
Sophie Cunningham is
yeah,
leading the way with that, even though she herself played on the boys' football team as a kicker.
all right. I was about to say that. You know what? You just reminded me of something. I was in high school. I was in high school. We had a girl from the she was our kicker. High school
Mhm.
football team. High school football team was good. Well, they were decent. I wouldn't say they was good. They were decent at the time. They were good my freshman sophomore year and things like that. That's actually pretty great at that point in time. But we kind of fell off. But I say her name. Her name was Ashley Aber. She
Shout out
she
Ashley.
yeah, shout out Ashley. Shout out. Because she played soccer. She
Okay.
played soccer, and then she kicked the 38-yard field goal. Talking about this is a high school girl kicking the 38-yard field goal. Hey, I ain't gonna lie
Right.
to you. It was impressive. Hey, but she was our kicker. Hey, shout
Mhm.
out to you. You just reminded me of that, so I just want to throw that out there. All right, but what reminded me, whenever you said that, you don't ever hear the conversation go the other way. The reason why the conversation don't go the other way with females playing on a men's league,
Mhm.
it's because there's no physical advantage.
Right.
There's no physical advantage in regards to that. Now, when you flip it the other way, natural born man, you know what I'm saying? This is why I love track and field. You can look at the numbers all day. Track and
Yes.
field is
Yes.
going to tell you the numbers. It's going to tell you numbers. We just had Tate Taylor
Yes.
run a
A
9.94. He is
994.
he is 18 years old. And now Flojo record has been up since the 80s.
Right.
That was a 10.49. He's 18 years old, and it still hasn't been broken. It hasn't been
Exactly.
broken. The closest person that's got that to was Elaine Thompson, a hurrah.
Elaine Thompson. Yep.
Yeah, Thompson. She ran a 10.54 at the Nike Prefontaine Classic a couple
Hmm.
years ago when Sha'Carri came like in last. She
Hmm.
ran like a 10.54. When you look at those numbers, you see why people are saying, "Hey, they don't need to be over here," regardless of the fact, because you got to imagine it was what and there's some person in France, something like that. I don't seen some like there it's a transgender that's playing into like the women league over there.
Okay.
Like got a lot of muscles. I don't know these stats to be true, but they said uh, they're averaging 20 and 20 rebounds a game, 20 points a game. I don't know how true that is. I don't know how true that is, but I'm pretty sure if he was on the France men's team, I already know. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Those numbers wouldn't be those numbers wouldn't be there. But that's why I love track and field because you can compare time.
Right.
You can compare
Exactly.
time all the way back to the 1700s. If they had a clicker, if they had times back, you can compare the times from there all the way down here. You can tell who was the faster person. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Yeah,
Well, you know what? When it comes to the transgender talk, the issue that I always have is that there's never a real solution. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Like the conversation is always, well, create a transgender league. You know that's not going to happen.
not have.
You
We
know,
need
so
money for
so
that
so
too.
don't do that.
Yeah,
Then it's like, well, is it okay for them to play with women? You know
yeah.
that's not going to happen. So don't do that. The thing that bothers me is that it's almost like a thing where when everybody talks about it, it's always with anger and vitriol. It's never
Hmm.
like, look, we understand that we consider them women, but we also understand that they were born men. And we also understand that no amount of medicine or hormones or whatever that they take is going to make them less strong or less weak to
Yeah,
play with women. We know
right.
that. We've seen incidents in which we saw a swimmer beat almost
Yep.
almost win. Almost
Almost.
win. Then we saw a fight in which we saw
Yep.
a female transgender knock out a woman.
It's
You know what I'm
MMA,
saying?
right? Yep.
Yeah. And
Yep.
the
Yep.
thing about it is that, the problem is that they never find the solutions. They only get angered about the problem. And at this current moment in time, the only thing that you can say is that, is there anybody ever asking the question, is this for, is this because you're a woman? Or is this because of competitive balance? You know what I'm saying? And nobody is asking that question. And then saying,
Mhm.
this is why we see it as competitive balance. This is why you're seeing it as because you're a woman. Because
Right.
again, if it's pro sports, the problem is that everybody who doesn't want to be a pro athlete and get paid like pro athletes, but how
Mhm.
fair is it? And at the end of the day, until those particular questions are asked and it comes in a form of not being angered or any type of vitriol or anything like that, then we're going to keep having a problem and there's never going to be a real solution to it. So,
Yeah.
yeah, it's sad because you don't like people feeling left out, but at the same time, nobody has a real solution to whatever the situation is. Next, man, we're going to talk about it. NFL, they had their Hall of
Oh
Fame
yeah.
selections. Adam Vinatieri, kicker,
Hmm.
for the New England Patriots and also the Indianapolis Colts. Your boy Luke Kuechly,
Luke. Luke.
first time Carolina inductee to the Hall of Fame. I think he's the only one. He's the only one that's been inducted from y'all
Well,
team.
we got some that's came through. You know what I'm saying? They like to claim them. I don't like to claim certain players that didn't play a majority of time in Carolina because you got Julius Peppers. Julius Peppers, we claim him
Oh, okay,
because you
okay,
got
okay.
Julius Peppers, and then people will say Reggie White. Reggie White only played us for like a season, maybe two, back in the
Reggie
day.
White was in Carolina. I don't even
Yeah.
remember
Oh,
that.
yeah, yeah. He was in Carolina. He was in Carolina. Yeah, yeah. But Luke Kuechly is the first Carolina Panthers player that we had that played his entire career with
Right,
the
right,
Carolina Panthers.
right, right, right. Yeah,
But
and
we
I
have,
forgot,
we
and
have,
I forgot Julius Peppers. Yeah, Julius Peppers. Yeah, y'all drafted
yep,
him, so that makes sense.
yep.
And I think with Green Bay, he was only in Green Bay for about 5 years.
Yeah, he went to Carolina, Green Bay, Green Bay. What was the other team he played for? Was it he played for one more team, and then he came back to Carolina for his last 2 years.
Okay, was it Dallas? Did he go to Dallas?
Nah, he didn't go to Dallas. Why? Why? It was Green Bay. Nah, this is gonna mess with me because I need to know. Was it?
Well, don't
He
don't
turned.
worry.
It's gonna mess with me though. I need to know. We can go ahead. Keep.
Yeah. Drew Brees, NFL passing yards leader. Roger Craig, that was a surprise. That was a surprise.
Yeah.
Because I'm surprised that he got in. I'm not surprised that he got in. I'm surprised that they didn't choose other people before him, but he's deserving of it. And
Yep.
last but not least, Larry Fitzgerald, first time on the list to be selected,
Yeah.
first
Yeah.
time
Yeah.
ballot guy, deserving, very deserving of being on the list. When it comes down to it, I mean, how do you think, what's your thoughts on the current state of some of these Hall of Famers that are being chosen versus some that isn't? Like, to me, I still don't understand why Darren Woodson is not in the Hall of Fame when we're talking
Oh
about
yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
this was the guy who started the hybrid safety thing, or
Hmm.
or
Yep.
or the defensive back. Everybody considered him a defensive back because he
Yep.
was a safety and he was a corner. And not any corner. He could play outside and he could play the slot. So what's your thoughts on their current selections? Because everybody on this list was deserving, but a guy like Darren Woodson, like what is the holdup with that?
Man, I don't know what their process is when it comes down to selection of Hall of Fame. When I say like the mentality, because it was a lot of arguments about Terrell Davis going to the Hall of Fame.
Right.
Because Terrell Davis had two great seasons at Denver, but his career didn't last long enough. What was it? Sterling Sharp is another example.
Yeah.
Sterling Sharp was very good for those 6 years he played in the NFL. I'll say Hall of Fame word when he threw out his stats. I was like, he did all that in 6 years. It's freaking
Yeah,
crazy. But
he was on pace. He was on
yeah,
pace.
yeah. And if he didn't get an injury, I think and but then you have a lot of people that's been left out to that point where it's starting to crowd up the Hall
Hmm.
of Fame because now you got a lot of players coming out. I think Richard Sherman is coming up next year. There are a couple of more people that's coming up next year. That's actually big names. That's big names that's probably going to get in. Andrew Whitman. I think Andrew Whitman's coming out.
Oh
I
yes,
think
yeah,
yeah, you
he'll
got,
be
and
up.
it's like three or four other names I can't
Yeah,
remember off the top of my
you
head.
got a
But
lot of first ballot Hall of Famers that are coming
yes,
up, and
yeah,
that's where the problem is going to
yeah.
really lie.
And thing is, they asked me, Luke Kuechly should have been my first ballot, but this was the second time, man. His second time
Right.
over, but he got it on second time. But I think what happens is when you get that bottlenecking at the top, because Steve Smith
Hmm.
Sr. was a finalist one year. I don't think he's a finalist this year. Uh, but it's as more players sit out there 5 years, and that's Hall of Fame worthy. Is keep pushing them back, and then at some point in time, they may put him in 4 or 5 years from now. You know what I'm saying? Just to put him
Yeah,
in. He's been waiting too long. Hey, let's slot him in here. Let's hold someone over. You know what I'm saying? To the following year. I think something like that is that. I think that's was occurring throughout the years. That it took Drew Pearson. Drew Pearson waited 100 years to get in.
and most of them, that's how they get in. They get in through
Yeah,
the senior
yeah,
voting and all that,
yeah. Right.
and it's like, yo, like their guy, like I said, I don't care what nobody say. Darren Woodson should have been in the Hall of Fame before John Lynch got in,
Mhm.
but
Okay.
because John Lynch is an executive, I
Yeah.
think that's why they let him in first. Darren
Because the
Woodson,
name's still relevant.
yeah, Darren Woodson is still out there, and I don't even understand why the Dallas Cowboys aren't making a big deal about it. Brian Mitchell. Brian Mitchell is another. The man is still number two in all-purpose yards behind Jerry Rice, and he's not in the
That's
Hall of
big.
Fame. And not
Yeah.
only that, and you let what is his name, the other kick returner, in before him, the
Oh,
returner, oh
he
my
got the record.
God.
You talking about the one on the record? The one that played
Yeah,
Chicago? The one that played
yeah,
Chicago
yeah.
and Atlanta? Oh my goodness.
Broke Brian Mitchell's record. Broke
Yeah.
Brian Mitchell's record, and he's in the Hall of Fame before Brian Mitchell, the guy who was like the king of the kickoff, or the return, So
Because he was a sorry DB. He was a sorry defensive back.
yeah,
Okay.
uh,
Why am I forgetting his name?
Devin, is it Devin?
Hold on.
Uh, uh,
No, I'll look it up. I'll look it up because I don't know why we have them.
But either
I don't
way,
know. Go ahead. Yeah.
it's just the thing of like we're seeing so many guys sit up there and make it into the Hall of Fame, and there are guys that, like you said, the bottlenecking is happening because so many guys aren't getting in when they're rightfully deserving to being in, and until people understand that, yo, it's time to get some of these real, like, in these real guys who really do
Yeah.
deserve to be in the Hall of Fame. You got to get these guys in immediately.
Yes,
Even
they
if
do.
even if that does mean holding a few guys off. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like you said, Luke Kuechly, he should have been the first ballot guy, right?
Yeah.
But they held him off for a year. There's nothing wrong with holding a guy off for a year to have another guy come in. So
Yeah.
yeah, it really does. It really is a big deal.
Yeah. Yeah. It is. It is. It was Devin Hester. That's what you're talking about.
Devin Hester, yes,
Yeah,
thank you.
yeah,
Yeah.
Devin Hester. I don't know why we couldn't think of his name, man, because it was electrifying when he was kick. He had that kickoff return Super Bowl opening kickoff. It was right,
Right.
but yeah, but I agree with you that I agree with you on the whole thing with Hall of Fame. You know what I mean? It's crazy. Or they need to. I know they're trying to keep it down, but sometimes they probably should open up to at least one more slot versus
Yeah.
like five. It's like you know
I,
what I mean?
I think they should do 10 guys at a time. I don't
Yeah.
understand why it is so limited to like 5 or 6 guys. Like I don't understand it. Like they should let 10 guys in at a time. Um,
Because I think they're trying to keep prestige. You know what I'm saying? It's on 300 some out of 300 some 70 that's in there. Period. And
yeah,
so they
it's
only do so
crazy.
many. And
Yeah.
like the basketball Hall of Fame, let anybody in. They put Yao Ming, Tracy McGrady. Hey, you
Right.
know what I'm saying? I might make the basketball Hall of Fame if I become a good high school coach. You never know because it's called the Naismith Basketball Hall of Fame, not the
Yeah,
NBA Hall of Fame.
not the
That's
NBA
the
Hall of
difference.
Fame. Right,
That's
right.
the difference. Yeah.
Uh, next man, we got NFL Hall of Fame game. Your Carolina Panthers was in
Oh
this
yeah.
game. Uh, what was your thoughts on it? I mean, I look at them for what they are. That
Yeah.
was the depth game, the depth chart game. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like
100%.
people who want to be on the team, they
Hmm.
had an opportunity to show that they can be on the team. Uh,
Yeah.
Haynes King seemed
Yeah.
like he
Did his
could
thing.
find a way to make
Yeah.
it onto the roster. What's your thoughts on the
Yeah.
game that happened?
I mean, that was a great game. That was a great battle. That was a great, very, very great, entertaining game. First game of the season. Obviously, like you said, you take it for what it is, and I see it for what it is also because you got to think about the couple days later they made some cuts. So and so
Exactly.
but the fortunate thing is playing the Hall of Fame games, you get that one extra preseason for the people that's trying to make the
Right.
team more than what they
Absolutely.
did. You know what I mean? So you get a chance to get on the field. Hey, maybe you got a good game. You might be able to change some minds around there. But you had some good showings. I thought for the Carolina Panthers, I thought them having what's my guy name? Oh my goodness, the one that went to Colorado, the wide receiver for
Oh, Jimmy
Colorado.
Horn. Jimmy Horn.
Yeah, Jimmy Horn. Yeah, Jimmy Horn Jr. Yeah, they had him come out. He can't play late. They had a couple of people in front of him. Not we talking about David Moore, and then we had the one
Yes.
guy that came David Moore and the other guy that came from the Commanders. He started.
Hmm.
Uh, he played for you guys for like a year or something like that. He's a very good blocker. I can't think of his name. Number 87. I'm having a brain fart. I'm sorry for y'all. Sorry for
That's
y'all
okay.
listeners, but
It's all
I
right.
can't remember his names. But anywho, he made it in the Panther squad last year, and he wasn't expecting to make the Panther squad. But he's a very very good blocker. He's very good in our scheme. But Jimmy Horn Jr. came out later, but he also played a good game. I thought the game going back and forth from third string to possibly fourth string quarterbacks. Man, you can't ask for a better game than that. There's no overtime in the Hall of Fame game. It came down to a game winning drive. Whether he
Right.
made it to the end zone or not, it was a great game at that point in time. Kenny Pickett looked okay. Who they had starting for golly, who's the other quarterback?
Haynes King.
No, not Haynes King. I'm not thinking about the Panthers.
Oh,
But
oh,
yeah,
oh, Carson Beck.
yeah. Carson Beck looked good, but he was looking good against second and third stringers. Remember that.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah,
yeah, you
yeah,
got that's something you got to keep in perspective. His second and third stringers are people that may not play. You got to remember how he looked at the college championship.
the
That's
college
that's the Carson
championship
Beck.
game.
That's the
Yeah.
Carson Beck you need to think about. The Carson Beck that was in Georgia that couldn't get over the big hump. Those
Right.
those are the type of Carson Beck games you need to think about. That guy.
Yeah, and it was a pretty good game. Coming down to
Yeah.
the end, it was a really good game. Like I said, it was a depth chart game, but the most preseason games are like that. You might get one
Yeah.
game out of the preseason where it's the serious game, but other than that, it was a very good game. Last thing we want to talk about is camp talk. Fights are happening in camp. Kirk Cousins had the nerve to square up to Max Crosby.
Oh.
Uh,
Oh snap! I
you
look. I
had
ain't know about that.
yeah, you had Jared Verse square
Uh-huh.
up with rookie Spencer Fano. Uh
Yeah.
and today we get the news. Laramie Tunsil
Yeah.
tears his triceps. 4 to 7 months. Doesn't 4 to 7 months doesn't sound that long, but it sounds like it could be the season for him.
Yep.
What's your thoughts on everything going on in camp? And also, big quarterback talk out of Cleveland.
Oh yeah,
Today,
yeah.
Shador was supposed to be the starter for practice, and they went with Deshaun Watson. I think this has more to do with the upcoming Thursday preseason game, because I think they're going to give Deshaun Watson the first crack. But even with that, who knows? What's your thoughts on the camp things the action that's going on in camp right now?
First, Shador, I've seen some throws from him. A lot of throws. There's a lot of highlights that you can find online with him playing at camp. He's throwing a lot of dots.
Yeah,
He's throwing a lot of them, man. Deshaun Watson. Yeah, I don't put no stock into it. Maybe if it's like the last preseason game, and Deshaun Watson comes out and march out with the starters for like one drive, maybe two drives.
mm,
Then then that's saying much more than the first preseason game, because anything could flip. You know what I mean? As far as Kirk Cousins squaring up
It's
with Max
Crosby.
Crosby, I didn't even know about that. I didn't know
Right.
about that. That's a shocker. That's a shocker. What, you know what I'm saying? He gonna say you like that, man. He gonna, you know what I mean? Man, those are camp fights happen all the time. We know camp
Right,
fights
right.
happen all the time, but sometimes the camp it gets out because of who's involved. You know,
Yeah,
we talk
yeah.
about Josh Norman and Cam Newton back in the day. That was a big
Hmm.
because Cam
Yeah,
Newton was
that was
involved with
huge. Right.
Josh Norman, right? And now you got Kirk Cousins. Everyone knows Kirk Cousins is, and then you know who Max Crosby is. And you know what I'm saying? That's not normal. The
Right,
quarterback
right.
squaring off with the person that's trying to tackle him. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's not really typically the offensive lineman, the one that square up with him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Not the
Absolutely.
quarterback. But hey, listen. They need Kirk Cousins because their rookie quarterback ain't it, not right
And
now.
he ain't doing it. He ain't doing it. And I'm gonna tell you, man, it's a lot of stuff going on in these camps, but we're seeing a lot of injuries happen in these camps right now, and
Yeah,
it's kind of crazy because a lot of teams are dependent on stuff. And it's we gotta hope that we can actually have a very solid season if everybody can get out of camp and not injured.
yeah,
So we gotta see how this goes. Like I said, currently right now, Washington has experienced its first major, massive injury.
yeah. That's
And
big.
for y'all who follows my Commanders talk, I will be doing a video on that. So with that, man, with that, y'all tell us what y'all think in the comments below. How do y'all feel about some of the stuff we talked about? How do y'all feel about the snubs on the U.S. team? What about some of the stuff with the Kawhi Leonard thing? I think it's nothing. I don't know what's so big about that. The under 20 team. Tell us
Yeah,
what y'all think about them. If y'all
I'm
have
just
been
gonna
keeping
tell
up,
you.
that every if you want to see everything, NBC Sports does follows all that. So y'all can check, y'all can go to any way you can get NBC and follow that. Another thing, yo, Xfinity, I'm about to get rid of them. They don't have the NFL Network no more, and I'm about to go
Oh
find
yeah,
out what's going on with them, and I might be getting ready to dump them. But y'all tell us what y'all think in the comments below. How many of y'all are fearful of the Laramie Tunsil injury? Y'all tell me what y'all think in the comments below. Other than that, this has been your man John Fortune, along with my man Jeremiah Street, and this has been the
USA,
Frustrated Fan, the Frustrated Fan
USA,
Sports Show.
USA.